Welcome back. In today's episode, we talk about the domino effect and stacking.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. This episode is going to be a follow-up of last week's execution killer number 5, lack of energy. If you haven't already listened to that, it's a great episode. Go ahead and listen to that after this episode. As I was starting to unwrap and really dive into the lack of energy and how that affects our execution or lack thereof, I really started to think in my own life, what did I need to do in order to increase my energy? Look, doing a podcast every single day takes a lot of work, and that's not the only thing that I'm doing. All right, I've got my coaching business. I need to be on top of my game 24/7. I've just got too much going on, and I'm sure in your life, you're the same way as well. I love asking myself this question. What's the one thing I can change that will have the greatest impact on my success? I asked myself that question last week, and the first thing that came up was, you know what? If I didn't drink any alcohol, nothing, no beer, no wine, no nothing, I probably would have more energy, right? I mean, that's pretty simple. And I said, okay, let's take a look at this. If I go out, and I don't drink a lot, but if I go out and I have 2 beers, 2 glasses of wine with some buddies, I'm up late at night, right? So instead of going to bed at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, now I'm up till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. What's my rest going to be like that night? Is it going to be 100% or is it going to be a little off? Probably a little off. Now, am I going to get up at my usual time, 4:59 a.m., or might I just sleep in till 6 or 7? Well, I know the answer to that. It's sometimes 6 or 7. Now, the next day, am I 100% on my game or am I feeling a little sluggish? Well, the truth is I'm feeling a little sluggish. I'm not hungover, but I feel sluggish. I'm just not 100%. Now, for lunch, what do I want? Do I want my salad? No. Why? Because my sugar levels are all messed up, right? So what do I want? Hamburger, French fries, and a Coke. Not exactly a great lunch in order to support my health and fitness goals. Now, what's the one thing that will cure an afternoon sluggish day after going out and having a couple beers the night before? You guessed it. Another beer, right? Nothing works better than having a beer after a sluggish afternoon because you had some beers the night before. So now, tonight, instead of getting to bed early, what happens? You might have 1, you might have 2. Is your rest going to be the same? No. You start to see this cycle, right? This was not good for my work goals. This was not good for my health and fitness goals. I just realized that going out and drinking alcohol just wasn't going to be a supportive activity. So, of course, as a peak performer, what did I decide to do? No, I didn't decide to give up alcohol. My first reaction was, okay, let's go see what number 2 is, right? Don't we do this? It's like, all right, I enjoy going out with my friends. I enjoy having a beer. And I figured maybe I'll just come up with something, another one that I don't really mind giving up that'll be easier. Right? Isn't that what all peak performers do? No, of course not. But that's what I did. Why? Because I'm human. Well, after struggling with this and not coming up with a great number 2 answer, because really I knew what the answer was. The answer was number 1. So the bottom line is I committed for the next 30 days not to have any alcohol. And I'm going to see. I'm going to record the results and see what happens. Right? Look, if I miss just 2 hours of great productivity throughout the day. Let's just say I'm just not on my game. That's not to say I'm not doing anything, but if I miss an hour, miss 2 hours, what does that mean at the end of the month? If it's 1 hour a day, that's 30 hours. If it's 2 hours, that's 60 hours. That's almost That's more than a week of normal work hours. I just could not afford to waste that amount of time. So that's what I did. And I'll report back to you in 30 days and let you know how that works out. So my question and my challenge for you today is, where in your life does something need to be modified, removed, limited, that would really propel you towards your dreams, your goals, and what you're trying to accomplish? Figure out what that is and try it on for 30 days. See what life is like. See what your results are like when that's removed. Now, normally the inclination of most people is to add something into their schedule, add something into their routine. That rarely works. It's the removal of things that make the biggest impact. So figure out what that is, remove it for 30 days, and report back. Send me an email. Post something on Facebook. Let me know how it worked out for you. I wanted to give a shout out to Brandon at SEOoptimizers.com. Brandon was able to add 690 Twitter followers to my account the organic way. In other words, following other people, getting involved in the conversation. Thanks, Brandon, and I look forward to what you're able to produce this month. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already done so, please head over to iTunes and subscribe to the show. Also, please share this with family, friends, coworkers, or anyone that could benefit from this information. To make it very easy to share these episodes, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode that you want to share, and you can post it to your timeline. You just might be helping one of your friends on Facebook by sharing it on your page. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. The email is info@thorconklin. While at the website, please sign up for our weekly newsletter with additional tricks, tips, tools, and psychology on how to be a peak performer. Remember, these episodes are anywhere between 6 and 35 minutes and are meant to be consumed during dot time doing other things. Until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.